Sergeant Joseph Schlotter.
And Sergeant Schlotter, how are you currently employed?
Work for the Pasco County Sheriff's Office.
And what do you do for the Pasco County Sheriff's Office?
I'm currently a patrol sergeant.
And how long have you been with the Pasco County Sheriff's Office?
16 years.
What sort of training have you had as a law enforcement officer, or to become a law enforcement officer?
Started out by going to the Law Enforcement Academy, and then during that time I went to a lot of different advanced training classes.
Okay. Back in January 2019, what was your position with the Pasco County Sheriff's Office?
I was a major crimes detective.
And as a major crimes detective, what kind of cases would you work?
Sexual batteries, homicides, violent crimes, rapes, things like that.
Now, in early January, we'll say around January 4th or thereabouts, did you end up being assigned an investigation into a homicide at 10930 Norwood Avenue in Port Richey?
Yes.
How was it that you, or the Pasco County Sheriff's Office became aware of that homicide?
When the Tarpon Springs Police Department was investigating another crime, they learned that there may be a buried body in Pasco County.
Okay. And did you or other law enforcement officers do some research to determine what residents that a Jamie Ivancic and a Shelby Nealy were residing at in early 2018 in Pasco County?
Yes.
And did you determine it was 10930 Norwood Avenue?
Yes.
So can you tell us a little bit about that residence, in particular the backyard? What does it look like?
It's probably 60 or 70 feet wide, maybe 30 feet deep. It was a small two-bedroom home with a garage on the side.
Okay, and that backyard, is it private?
It had a fence all the way around it. Yes.
So if somebody was doing something in that backyard, neighbors might not be able to immediately see?
No, could not.
Okay. So in terms of the investigation, what did you guys set out to do initially at 10930 Norwood Avenue?
The first thing we did, we tried to figure out who the current owner was, who the past tenants were, things like that. We had a drawing from Detective Anderson, and we were trying to match the drawing he had up to the backyard to see if we could accurately locate the body.
Okay, and was that what you were trying to do, was locate a body back there?
Yes.
So in doing that, did you get access to the backyard of that residence and begin a process of searching for the body?
Yes.
And what are you going to have to do to find the body?
Well, we used a combination of ground penetrating radar that we got some assistance from USF, and we ultimately had to just start digging.
Okay. And were you present as a lot of that was going on?
Yes.
And finally, did you find what you were looking for?
Yes, we did.
Were you present when that happened?
Yes.
And what did you find?
We discovered an anomaly in the ground. Initially, we found a rug that was buried about 2.5 feet below the ground. When we lifted the rug up, you could see the first thing that we noticed was a boot, a piece of a boot.
Okay.
And as we excavated, we found a person wrapped in garbage bags.
Okay. Now, describe for me approximately how deep was this person buried?
To the top portion of what we found the body was roughly 2.5 feet deep.
Okay. Can you describe for us a little bit, when you found the body, you said it was wrapped in garbage bags?
Yes.
Were the garbage bags removed in your presence?
Yes.
And what did you see underneath the garbage bags?
Yeah, the person was mostly in the fetal position, kind of inverted. The feet were up, the head was further down in the hole. There was a garbage bag that was put around the lower half of the body and a second bag over the top of the body.
Okay, and was the person fully clothed?
There were clothing on, yeah. The body was in, pretty well decayed. You could see the skin and things, but it was shriveled up
But still intact for all purposes, not just a
Yes.
skeleton?
Yeah, the entire body was there, still with skin and hair.
Okay. Were you able to observe the head area of that body?
I did, yes.
Did it look like a normal round-shaped head like you and I have here today?
No, it did not. The head, the first thing I noticed was several holes through the skull, roughly the size of a quarter. And you can see that in several places on the head. And the skull was not the proper shape anymore. With the fractures that were in there, it was misshapen.
Okay. So I want to ask you a little bit about, well, once the body was discovered and you guys went through that process, was the medical examiner's office contacted?
Yes.
And was the body, Jamie Ivancic, transported to the District 6 medical examiner's office down here in Pinellas County?
Yes, it was.
And did Dr. Susan Ignacio conduct an autopsy on that body?
Yes.
So in terms of your investigation, did you or other members of the Pasco County Sheriff's Office attempt to interview neighbors and collect some information about what may have happened in early 2018?
Yes.
Now, were you able to go into that residence at 10930 and observe what the crime scene looked like?
Yes, by the time we got there, the home had been remodeled, though.
Okay. So when you went in and looked in that residence, it didn't look the same as it would have back whenever
It did not.
this happened? Okay. Did you pursue information from the property management people and the people who remodeled that residence?
Yes.
And through the course of that, were you able to determine, or were you able to obtain photographs of how some of the rooms appeared prior to it being remodeled after this defendant had abandoned the residence?
We did. A few members of the crew that was doing the cleanup and construction took photos, before and after photos.
Okay. And were you able to go and talk to some of those people who did the remodeling and get some information about what the state of that residence had been?
Judge, may we approach?
Yes.
Well, you know, they're at a sidebar right now, but I mean, it's not looking good for this defendant when we're weighing this mini trial for this jury of 12,
Yes.
and it's only 8 that have to decide the ultimate, which is death, as opposed to life behind bars without the possibility of parole.
Yeah,
but,
this is a situation where, you know, he pled guilty.
Right.
So he has taken responsibility for his actions.
And the defense was trying to do that in their cross-examination of the last witness by saying, well, he cooperated a little bit, but it'll be interesting to see who they present if they present a case.
Yeah, and a defense counsel's role, if they want to save someone's life in the sentencing phase, is to talk about mitigating factors, talk about his childhood. There would have been a report done talking about his background. What did he experience when he was being raised? And what exactly defense counsel will end up putting forth, if anything, that's yet to be seen.
Which is the reason why I keep on asking our guests, you know, and wondering, you know, if he's going to testify and address the court. What's your guess?
I don't know. I don't know, Matt.
This could go either way, but they are back from that sidebar. Let's go back in together.
And Detective Sergeant Schlotter, you indicated you had recovered those photographs.
Yes.
Can you describe the state of the residence in the before photographs?
Overall, the house was in disarray. Furniture was left in the house, clothing, personal items were left in the home. A few areas of the home had things dumped all over the floor. For example, the bathroom had what appeared to be blood spatter up on the walls of the bathroom, and you could see that there was a red substance in the photos that was spattered and smeared around the room. And then there was a white substance that was on top of that that was used to look like it was covering the blood stains in the home. In some of the photos, you could see packages of meat that were also in the bathroom.
Just kind of thrown out there?
Just, yeah, the entire packaging was there, but the meat was loose in some of them.
Okay.
It was scattered about the bathroom.
And the white substance in the bathroom, was it kind of just poured all slipshod all over?
Yeah, it looked like it was dumped out and maybe smeared with, I don't know if there was a tool or just with a hand, but you could see there was like swirl marks in it, as if you were almost finger painting or hand painting. It was just kind of smeared in circles around in some of the places on the walls, the side of the tub.
And did from the photographs, did the white substance look like it could be either paint or some sort of other construction?
Yeah, it was tough to see in the pictures. The contractor said it may have been thin set or grout or something like that.
Okay. But residents from the photographs that you saw appeared to be pretty messed up?
Yes.
Okay. Judge, may I have a moment?
You may.
I don't have any more questions, Judge.
Any cross-examination?
Good afternoon. You indicated early on in your direct examination that you had learned that there might be a body in the backyard on Norwood Avenue, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And that information, that where you learned it from, was from Mr. Nealy telling the detectives from the Tarpon Springs Police Department, right?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any redirect? Thank you, sir. You may step down.